Alright, you damn mime. You think you can just do whatever you want, huh? Freeze! Hands in the air! Stop resisting, you maniac! Hey, you know what? This guy's actually kind of chill. Lord have mercy. Is that a hammer? Oh, no! Stop! Please! This is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, a game made by Sandfall Interactive. And before we start, I just want to say thank you to Sandfall for giving me a chance to try out the game early. Yes, thank you. Cheers to you guys. With Expedition 33, Sandfall aims to create a new and groundbreaking experience, taking some of the best parts of other well-known titles to help create this evolution of JRPGs. The game blends turn-based RPG and real-time combat mechanics similar to that of Mario RPG, with a stylistic UI along the likes of Persona, which... Holy shit! Dude, he's doing the Persona thing! Dude, I can do it too! Wait! Persona! Sorry. While I've been drawing comparisons to other titles, the game still has its own unique feel with the combat, and its own unique style with its UI. On top of that, there's a number of mechanics, great variety of builds, and skills that synergize very well with each other. The game's art style and graphics are absolutely stunning, topped with fantastic music, characters, and story. And good god, look at the cast we have for this game, like Charlie Cox. Fucking love this guy, the devil of Hell's Kitchen himself. Jennifer English, getting the love she deserves. She voiced my wife Shadowheart. Holy shit, we got Ben Starr in here too. And Andy fucking Serkis. Good god, what a cast. Now, before we continue and go a little in depth on what makes this game great so far, we must set the scene. And skip to here if you don't want spoilers for the story. Set in the fictional world known as, Paris. Sorry, Lemire. Lemire. A being known as the Paintress is slowly wiping out humanity. Every time she paints a number, everyone of that age fades away. And that number is slowly ticking down every year. She's like Thanos, but turns people into dust every time the New Year's ball drops. Obviously, humanity ain't cool with that, so once every year, an expedition departs for the continent with one goal: to kill the Paintress. By the way, there were like 51 expeditions before this one, so yeah, their chances ain't looking too good, but nonetheless, Expedition 33 pushes on, landing at the continent. But...
You're old.
And me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn!
I'm sorry.
Fall back! Turns out they landed on the beaches of fucking Normandy, cause good lord, look one direction and someone is dying. And Gustav here wasn't too far from it either. From here, this is where the demo picks up, in the aftermath of everything, as Gustav musters what strength he has left to get back on his feet. And what the fuck's going on? Oh, come on, Gustav! You're in your early 30s and you're already having heart problems? See, I knew it. The moment you hit your 30s, it's over. Just cellular degradation from that point. It was nice knowing you, Gustav. Oh. Well, I guess he's fine. Well, anyways, let's take a step back because I want to take a moment to talk about the music of this game. Immediately, when you boot up the game, you are greeted by this beautiful track. Not gonna lie, I sat here for a good minute just listening to the music, and all the tracks I've heard so far have been great. And just like every other RPG, every new environment you enter has its own unique OST, paired with its own unique combat music. Testard, who composed the music, has done a fantastic job with what I've heard so far. And there's a great variety. Many of them have Alice Duport as the vocalist, who also does a great job in all of them. And good God, they got Victor Borba on some of these tracks. Sorry, for those who don't know who Victor Borba is, this is the guy who sacrificed his vocal cords to give us this masterpiece.
When one falls, we continue. When one falls, not if, when. We knew not all of us would make it, but we continue. As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
Now let's talk about the combat and difficulty. Oh, son of a bitch! Gustav, you good? The combat of this game is very fun and pretty damn engaging. Attacking has your pretty standard RPG mechanics, basic attacks, skills, and items. But there are unique mechanics such as QTEs that maximize your damage if you time them perfectly. Free aiming to target enemy weak points to do big damage. There's action points that are used to perform skills, and unique mechanics for each character that make them feel different from one another. When defending, the game requires you to get the timing down on enemy attack patterns to properly dodge, parry, and jump. Parries lead to a big counterattack if you manage to parry every hit in the attack string, and give you one action point for each parry. Dodging is safer, but it doesn't offer much unless you have a Picto that does add a little benefit to it, but we'll get into Pictos later. There are certain attacks that can't be dodged or parried, and you'll see a symbol flash indicating that you have to jump over them. If you play on the hardest difficulty like I did, if you miss one parry or dodge from some of these trash mobs, yeah, your ass is on life support, buddy. I tried medium difficulty as well, and it's a little more forgiving, but some bosses straight up one-shot you in both. I've seen some people draw comparisons to Soulsborne games because of how you have to learn the enemy movesets. I mean, hell, the jump mechanic is kinda similar to the Makiri counter. But don't worry, it's not a turn-based Souls-like. Wait. Oh! Oh! No! Oh god! I'm kidding, these flags are similar to bonfires where you can rest and level up, but you don't respawn at these flags when your entire team dies. The game has its own checkpoints. When you die, you go back to your last checkpoint and you don't have to pick up lost souls or currency, thank god. Now, let's talk about builds and Pictos. Every time your party members level up, they gain 3 attribute points and 1 skill point, allowing you to raise certain attributes depending on the build you want, along with unlocking certain skills that will complement them. There are also weapons you can acquire from killing certain enemies that scale off of certain attributes and can have an element tied to it. This already gives you a few build options, but with Pictos, way more options and new mechanics become available. You know how I said dodging didn't offer much else other than being safer? Well, equip this Picto, and getting a perfect dodge now gives you an action point. And there's a good variety of Pictos you can claim. There were already so many options when I reached the end of the demo. Each character is limited to 3 Pictos, but there is a way to equip their passive skills using luminous points. To put it simply, your Pictos start off white. Equip it and level it up till it's blue. Once it's blue, everyone in your party can learn the passive skills using luminous points. And these aren't locked, you can always equip and unequip it whenever you want. Now, the last thing I want to talk about real quick are the characters and their voice actors. With what I've seen and heard so far, all I can say is I'm really loving it. But I do have one big gripe, and this is probably my biggest gripe from my whole experience in the preview. The lip syncing on the English VA was pretty rough. At times I wouldn't notice it, but there were a lot of times where I did. So hopefully they get that ironed out by the time of release. However, the voice acting more than makes up for it.
What? No, no, no! We have a mission!
Oh, fuck the mission! Fuck the mission, Lune! What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take down the paintress, just the three of us? My gun and your sparks?
I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
Kirsty Ryder, Charlie Cox, and Jennifer English do a fantastic job with the great writing material they're working with so far. The characters are really likable, and they all feel very human. You can really tell that there's some history between all of them. Not much else to say here though, other than I can't wait to see more of the story and the characters. So here's hoping they keep that same great quality to the end. That's pretty much my thoughts on why this game is pretty damn great so far. If you love JRPGs with a great narrative, engaging combat with powerful attacks and real-time parries and dodging, I highly recommend giving this game a shot. I'm even more hyped than I was before, and I can't wait to get my hands on the full game when it releases on April 24th.
Close your eyes. Come to me, feel alright. Just dance with me all